Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Warm welcomes, fifth graders all around the world. I am Mr. Hamid, and today we have a grammar lesson. Last lesson we were talking about adjectives, and today we'll be talking about order of adjectives. What do we mean by order of adjectives? Now, actually, one noun can be described with many adjectives, and I have to put these adjectives in order. I shouldn't put them randomly. But how can I order the adjectives before the noun they describe? Actually, there is a formal order I should follow, and it's here in this rule. Let's read and find what are the kinds that I should order and what kinds of adjectives will come first, second, third, and so on. Now, the rule says when more than one adjective is used to modify a noun, the adjectives must be listed in order. What is the order? Number one, I will use numbers. Here they said numbers. And it's better to say, instead of saying numbers, is to say determiners. Determiners. Now, what do I mean by determiners? Let's write them here. Determiners include numbers, as they wrote in the rule, numbers, and articles. Because we said in the previous lesson that articles are kind of adjectives. So whenever I found a number or an article, I should use it at the beginning of the list of the adjectives. Then, so this is number one. Let me write above determiners or numbers number one. Then I will write number two, the adjective that tells my opinion about the noun. My opinion. Then in number three, I will write the adjective that describes the size. Then in number four, I will write the adjective that tells the age of the noun I'm talking about. Then at the end, I will write the adjective that tells the color. So, number one, I will write the determiners, the articles. Who can remind me, what are the articles? Excellent. The, a, and an. And for numbers, we know them, like, for example, 3, 2, 5, etc. So, these to be used at the beginning. Then, I'll follow with my opinion. My opinion about something, like to say, it's like great. He's, for example, clever, funny, etc. This is my opinion about him. Then, regarding the size, like saying big, like saying small, like saying tiny, like saying huge. These are all adjectives that describe the size. Then about the age, like telling that someone is young or old, he is old, or new, ancient, etc. And I have the colors, you know them, white, black, brown, red, blue, yellow, etc. So I have an exercise at the beginning before I do the book exercise. So let's do it together and see how can we order these adjectives. Now someone, here in the first sentence, as you see, someone is describing his hat. And he said, I have a. His hat was big, maybe bigger than the size of his head, and the color of it is brown, and it was cute. His opinion about his hat, that it's cute, and at the same time it was new. He bought it new. All of these adjectives describe one noun, which is the hat. So, shall I order them as they come? Or am I going to put new at the beginning and brown second? And no. I have to follow the rule. Number one, I have to label the adjectives, then to order them depending on the rule here. Now, number one, I have the adjective, and I want you participate with me, heroes. I have the adjective big. Now, who can tell me what kind of adjective is it? Is it determiner or opinion, size, age, or color? What do you think? If you said about something that it's big, what are you describing here? Are you describing your opinion, or its size, or its age, or its color? What do you think? Actually, I think that when you say big, that this is the size. Great. And when you say brown, 1000%, it's what? The color. Amazing. Then if you said about something that is cute, actually this is what? This is your opinion about it, that it's cute. And if you said about something that it's new, so you're telling about what? Its age. Now, after we label the adjectives like this, now it's super easy to order them. Let's change the color and use the blue, for example. Yeah, we have used the blue. Let's use the yellow. Yeah. Now, we said that number one, we will use numbers or determiners. Do we have determiners here? No. Then we'll use opinion. Where is opinion? So this is number one. Opinion. It has to be at the beginning. Followed by the size. Where is the size? This is the size. So it has to be number two. It has to be number two. Yeah. Then I will use the age. Do I have something about the age here? Yeah, I will use it. And this is number three. Then the color will be the last one, which is number four. So the sentence will be what? I have a cute, big, new, brown hat. Easy? Inshallah, super easy. But still now, when I used here 4 adjectives, can I write them without anything to separate? Actually, no. I have to separate them with what? With commas. So I should put commas between these adjectives. Let's go to the second sentence that I wrote, not the sentences in the book. It says, we met boys. What about those boys? Actually, they were young, and they were clever, and they were 4, and they were tall. Yeah? So the same, I need to order now the adjectives. Now, what about young? Who can tell me? It tells about what? It tells about the age. I will write A only. What about clever? Clever tells about my opinion. I will write O. What about 4? It tells about the number. So I will write N. What about tall? It tells about the size. So I will write S. Let me now order them. Let's change the color and use the green. Yeah. Now, what to be used at the beginning? We said we will use the number. So we'll use 4 at the beginning. Then we'll use our opinion. Our opinion was that they are clever. Then we'll use the size, and here we have tall for size, so this will be number 3. And at the end we'll use what about age, which is young, and it will be number 4. So the sentence will be I met 4. I met 4 clever, tall, young boys. Easy? Yeah, it's easy, inshallah. There is a tiny point to be clarified here, which is when I use the determiners, I mean numbers and articles, I shouldn't use commas after them. Means they shouldn't be followed by commas like other kinds of adjectives. So the point says numbers and articles shouldn't be followed by commas like other kinds of adjectives. Easy, easy. Here is the rule. It says commas often separate 2 or more adjectives. that describe the same noun. A comma doesn't normally follow a number and a description, however. So here they said that a comma doesn't normally follow a number, and we may add and we say a number or an article. So the comma doesn't normally follow a number or an article in a description. Now we'll go to the exercise and do it together. Now in number 1, they said a truck drove down the road, and I want to describe this truck with 2 articles, that it's red and big. So now I will write at the beginning, I will write the article. We said it comes at the beginning, the determiner, so I will write a. Then I have to order these adjectives before I write truck, which is the noun. I will write the noun here. Then I need to order these 2 adjectives. First, I should label them. Now, here I have red. What is red? You will say color. So let's write number 5 above it. So it has to be the 5th in order. And I have big, which is the size, which is number 3. I write 3 above it. So which one will be first? Actually, you will say big will be first. Then I will have red, which talks about the color. Now I can say that I have 3 adjectives. I have the determiner and I have 2 adjectives here. But I said that the determiner shouldn't be followed by a comma. So I'll put a comma between the 2 adjectives here only. Excellent. Second sentence says, the driver wore a hat. This hat is blue, silly, and old. So I will write here, the driver wore a. The driver wore a. Then I need to order these adjectives before I write the noun they describe, which is hat. So we'll do the same like we did with the previous one. Now what about blue? This is the color and it will take number 5. What about silly? This is my opinion and it will take number 2. What about old? This is the age and it will take number 4. So which one will be first? My opinion, which is silly. Then I will use old. Then I will use blue. Now, as we said before, I can say that I have 5 or 4 adjectives. I have a, silly, old, and blue. But this is as a determiner, we shouldn't write a comma after it. So we write a comma after this one, and we write another comma after this one, and we have done. Next question says, he honked his horn. His horn is described by 2 adjectives, that it's new and annoying. So we write he honked his 2 adjectives, then we write horn. I need to use these adjectives. As we said, I need to label them. First, I have new, which is the what? The age, so it takes number 4. And I have annoying, which is my opinion, number 2. So what shall I say? He honked his annoying new horn, and I'll put a comma between the 2 adjectives. I have the last 2 questions to be answered by my heroes. Best of luck.